Hello, my name is Alice, and I was asked a question to name an event, circumstances that happened in your life that at the time it seemed like it was a tragedy, but yet it proved to be something that proved to be a blessing later on. And so I had to really stop and think about that question for a minute. And at first I couldn't figure out, what was something bad that happened that later came out to be good. So then I figured out what it was. So here it goes. Back in 2008, I was pretty much not a well bird. I had some severe back issues. They say degenerative disc disease. I had like spondylolisthesis, which is kind of like the spine, just jacked up basically, all these technical words. But anyway, long story short, I went through a journey of really trying to do what's the word I want to say? The natural approach to helping my back, because I was really, really scared to have surgery. I was supposed to have back surgery several times, and each time I chickened out and said, nope, not going to do it. So in my journey, I was finding any book that I could to help me on that road to finding out some alternatives. So that was back in 2008. By 2010, I kind of really was getting the hang of it. I still hadn't mastered it. I had learned that eating the foods that I was eating was really the cause of me being in the pain. One of the books that I found, Acid Alkaline, that was a book that kind of helped me to see that if I eat acidic foods, that acid is going to be in my system, and that acid is what's going to cause me pain in my body. So when I really established that it was the acid foods that I was eating, I kind of changed my whole diet. I turned it around. And basically, I started eating more raw foods. I started eating vegetables raw. I was learning how to do green drinks. So green drinks were my breakfast of choice. And I was making improvements. I was able to, in the process, slowly get out of the wheelchair and slowly get off the cane and all of those other things. So in 2011, an unfortunate something happened in my marriage. My husband and I separated. And 2 days after we separated, he cut me off of medical insurance. Now, that was a big pill to swallow, because at the time I was on a lot of medication that I was weaning off. But for those of you that know, medication is not cheap. I remember having a box of patches that cost $160 for 1 month's supply. And right now I don't remember what Vicodins cost, what Darvocets cost. I don't remember the cost of the medications, but I was on 8 of them. And I know it was pretty expensive. But when you have medical insurance, you really don't think about the cost, because you're just paying a copay. That copay might be $5, $3, $2, depending on, your insurance carrier. So that was a pretty big deal to be cut off of medical insurance, knowing that you got some health challenges. But I didn't worry. I really honestly didn't. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, I was hurt. Yeah, I was like, wow, really? But it's okay. I didn't feed into the energy. I just knew I was on the path of trying to do the right things by learning and reading things that can help me to better my health. For me, I feel that the book, which was called Body Reflexology, I got that book from the Goodwill. It was like an 80-cent book. Let me get it. This particular book right here, it saved me a lot of heartache, a lot of pain. I found that I could naturally help stop a lot of pain that I was enduring in my body using these different reflex tools, using my reflex roller and my reflexology gloves. That was a start. So even though I got off of, oh, what would you call it again? Even though I was cut off from my medical insurance, I started learning about alternatives. So for me, the alternative was, I need to do this. I need to learn everything I can, from reflexology to homeopathy to herbs and all of those things, because that's what's going to help me to not worry about being cut off of medical insurance. So even though it was a tragedy, the blessing is, because of that incident in my life, now I have truly mastered my health. And it has proved to be true. Last year, I had spent some time in the Dominican Republic. I really was trying to, well, I always stay a month in the Dominican Republic in February, March. And I do that because the winters here in Michigan can be quite brutal. It's cold. And I'm afraid to fall again. And I don't think I can afford to fall with my spine being messed up like it is. So I want to be able to help myself to do better, to be better. And wow, forgot what I was going to say. Cut. Okay. I found myself, when I came back from the Dominican this last time in 2019, there was an incident where people were dying. I don't know why or what was going on, but I got real sick when I came back in March of 2019. And I was getting sicker and sicker, and I didn't know what was going on, and I thought maybe I caught a bug or some sort when I was there in the Dominican. But thanks to all of the different herbal books that I have at my disposal, I was able to look up some information. I went to an unorthodox doctor. He basically was a PhD doctor, but he dealt with biophysicists. And so he did a biophysics test on me, and the culprit that he found out what was going on in my body is that it was candida. My teeth, or should I say my gums, literally swelled up to the top of my teeth. That's what made me know I need to get to a doctor. Something was wrong. I wasn't feeling good, and I just feel that had I not got to the bottom of it, that I definitely would have passed away. Especially, now that we're in COVID, I was glad to learn about candida, the foods that incite it, the sugars that feed it, and to make sure you get your gut in check. Get your gut in check. So I just feel to be able to come and talk about something that happened that did not work out, not having the insurance, and then to learn how to pretty much heal myself naturally, that is a great blessing. It's a blessing to know that I have herbs that can help protect me. I know COVID is out, and for me, I'm not worried about it because I take things to strengthen my immune system. There's one herb that I take. It's kind of like it's called an anti-plague, and basically it happened years back when people were grave robbing, and with the grave robbing, they was wondering how come they were getting sick. And so it was like, you either tell us what you're doing to not get sick, or you're going to have the death penalty. Now that's just a little short story that I heard, but it made sense that people can be immune to certain things because of some of the herbs that they take. So I was like, hey, I think that I need to have that in my medicine cabinet. And so I do. I take that particular product every single day to help me to build immunity. I've had pneumonia several times, and I just swore, hey, I'm not going out like that. I'm going to not eat mucus-forming foods. So, yes, that was a good question. What do you find in your life that was a tragedy that now has proved to be a blessing? So, no insurance, tragedy, learning about how to restore your health naturally, blessing. So that's all I got, and I hope that you can benefit from this video. Thank you.